Coaching is one of the best ways to start generating income online because there's nothing complicated involved. It really just involves telling people that you are open for coaching. It is literally that simple. So if you have a skill or a passion, something you're really good at, whether it's like maybe you're playing guitar, you want to teach guitar, maybe you're a baker, you want to teach baking, maybe you want to teach sewing. There's a lot of different opportunities out there for coaches nowadays. I literally just told people that I was open for coaching. I said, I coach on Kajabi, I coach on online business, I coach on video production, I coach on podcasting and marketing. I just started telling people, I told my email list, I told my family, I told people on social media, this is what I offer for coaching. And people started signing up. Obviously, I had to set up some stuff on Kajabi, which I'm going to show you today, but it's really simple to set up. If you sign up for a free trial at Kajabi, you can be up and running within a couple of hours and telling people that you are open for coaching and the money can start rolling in. If you don't already have Kajabi and you've been interested in trying it out, maybe in sitting on the fence for a little while, then I invite you to jump over to michaelgoms.com/Kajabi, where you can sign up for a free 30-day trial of Kajabi instead of the 14-day free trial that they offer on their website. The link is in the description below, and you'll also receive immediate access to my course, Unlock Kajabi 7-Day Success Plan, which I currently sell in my store right now. But if you sign up through my link to get that 30-day free trial, I'll give you instant access to this course, absolutely free. But we are here to talk about coaching today. So let's go into the back end and see how I have my coaching set up, and then I'll show you how to create a coaching program absolutely from scratch. So as you can see here, I'm in my products tab under my Kajabi account, and this is where it shows all products. So here's access groups. These are for my community that is launching really soon. I've got a couple of free communities. I've got my main paid community. Here are my courses. So I have a Master Kajabi course, and then this is the access group or the community that is associated with the course. And of course, I'm going to talk about that in an upcoming video, how to actually structure and create a paid membership site using a couple different products. So that's for my Master Kajabi course or community. It's basically it's a membership. And so that's launching real soon in the near future. Down here, you can see here's my Unlock Kajabi 7-Day Success Plan course that I literally just launched like a day or two ago. And then here are all my coaching packages. When I set this up, I wanted to see how I could streamline this the best way. And of course, you can have as many offers, which I'm going to show you in a minute, associated with any sort of product, or you could basically have as many offers as you would like, but you can only have a certain limit of products depending on what Kajabi package you're paying for. So I wanted to make sure that I was as efficient as possible with my product allotment. And so I basically went ahead and I created here a 1-hour strategy call. I offer 1-hour strategy calls for like regular online business, content marketing, video production, podcasting, like whatever, basically in order to start any sort of online business, because I've worked with literally hundreds of local businesses, even creating educational content, selling courses, things like that. I do work with people outside of Kajabi, but I also offer 1-hour calls for Kajabi coaching as well. So I went ahead and created this 1-hour call strategy. And then if you go into my offers here, let me just show you real quick. If you go into my offers, if we scroll down here, we have a Kajabi paid coaching right here. This is attached to that single session, 1-hour, 60-second product that I just showed you. So that's a single session or a single call. And then of course I created a 4 times call here, like 4 calls for the 60-minute ones, but I had to create another product for that one. But I also have my 1-hour, I have an offer for my 1-hour just regular coaching calls as well that are not associated with Kajabi. But this offer specifically is branded for Kajabi. So if I go over here to preview and I want to click on this, you'll see my checkout page. So here's my checkout page. And of course, it's private Kajabi success coaching. So again, I have one product that handles each of the phone calls, which I'm going to show you in a sec, but I have multiple offers for whether it's regular business, online business coaching, or whether it's Kajabi specific coaching. You can always book either one, and either way it gets to me. But this way, at least I kind of can funnel my clients and my students through a little bit better, so I kind of know, what they're interested in, where they're coming from. I'm just going to go ahead under products, and then I'm just going to click on coaching this time. Okay, these are all the coaching programs that I currently have set up right now. Here's the 60-minute strategy session that we were just talking about before with the different offers attached to it. Here's my 45-minute free intensive call. So this is the free call that I was talking about in the beginning of this video, that if you sign up through my affiliate link, you get a free 45-minute call. Or now if you purchase the Unlock Kajabi course, you also get access to this free 45-minute call to kind of help you get started. And of course, I offer discounts in there of 20% off all my other coaching calls as well. All those links are inside the course, whether you sign up for free through Kajabi or whether you purchase it on the checkout page. But I have this group coaching test set up here because I ran into kind of a funny thing a couple of weeks ago when I was on a coaching call with a corporation. We'd actually booked out a lot of calls and they needed help with their Kajabi setup and migrating all their courses and things. Well, when we would jump on the coaching calls, we ended up actually using Zoom. And one thing I was going to talk in this video is how Kajabi actually replaces Zoom. You don't need to pay for Zoom. Actually, I think Kajabi's a little bit better. It's a lot simpler, cleaner looking. It's easier to use. But we ended up having to use Zoom because I had the head of the department who had booked the coaching calls with me. But then we had multiple people that had to be on the coaching calls. And you can't just add people in like you can in Zoom. Once you're in the 1 hour strategy. So if we came over to my 1 hour strategy call here, I couldn't add people in easily and they weren't in the same location. We had people all over the world actually. So one thing that I found out and I recommend, and I'm going to have to go back and fix mine, but if you are starting a new coaching program from scratch, like I'm going to show you in just a few minutes, I would create all of your coaching calls as group coaching calls. Because the great thing about that is it can just be a one-on-one, right? It sets up the exact same way as the regular ones, and I'm going to show you in a minute here. But you can easily add more people because it's a group. So all they have to do is basically sign up for it. You send them a link, and then they create a free Kajabi account. It shows up in their library, and they can log in from wherever, and you can have as many people on the call as you would like. So that's just my one tip recommendation that I haven't really heard anybody else talking about, is that I would set up all your coaching programs as group coaching in case people need to be added on later. So real quick, I'll just walk you through the overall settings for all of the programs pretty much. So we click on settings right here. Okay, the first thing is the availability. So you can set this up across the board. I set pretty much most days, and I can show you why in a minute here, but I just set most days from 12 to 5 because I'm doing other things in the morning. I'm getting my kids off to school. So I basically have Monday through Friday, 12 to 5. But that doesn't mean that I use all those time slots. I leave them available for when people want to book. But one thing I do, if you scroll on here, I have my Google Calendar connected, but I use iCalendar, like iCloud, right? And so I have my Google Calendar attached to my iCloud, but I created a specific Google Calendar that's called coaching. And all you have to do, and I'll show you this in a later video, but all you have to do, if something comes up, I got to be to my kids' play, or I got to go to the store real quick, or I don't know, another meeting comes up, something comes up, right? And I got to be somewhere else, and I don't want to leave those time slots open. All I have to do is go in and block off the times on my calendar. I don't have to jump in here to Kajabi and change, my availability for that specific day or anything. All I got to do is just block off the time in my calendar, and it automatically removes it from in here. I mean, if you have things that you do regularly, like you regularly have lunch at a certain time, or maybe you have certain meetings or things going on at certain times, you can always split this. If I click add ability, see, I can add another time slot. So you could always do 9 to noon and then start at 1 to 5. You can add different things there, but see, I don't really have set schedules like that all the time. And so it's just best for me to do it this way. Then all I have to do is if something comes up, I just go into my calendar, I block it off, and those times are actually removed from their account. They cannot schedule those times if it's blocked off on my calendar. It's pretty cool. So yeah, obviously here, just by talking about that, I showed you that Kajabi has their own built-in availability here, but you can also attach your calendars and things like that. You also have Calendly down here. There are pros and cons to Calendly. I don't like paying for extra software. I love that I can just pay for Kajabi and that's it. And not only paying, but I love just being in one platform and that's it. For my ADHD brain, it simplifies things so well. Kajabi is just the perfect software for me because it just keeps everything tight, neat, clean, so it's not too confusing, things like that. Okay, so now we're back on the coaching page and we're going to go into the 60-minute strategy call so that I can show you how this is set up. So I'm just going to click on this. So this is our coaching package outline. Okay, it's one call. That's why I just have it labeled session 1. You can obviously label that whatever you want. I just leave it at session 1. That's kind of the default. Keep in mind that this is already a program that I have set up. So a lot of the things that I'm going to show you are where the settings are housed after you create the product. So I'm going to show you how to actually create the product from scratch here in a minute if we have some time. So before we jump into the session settings, let's jump into the main settings for this coaching program overall. So here we have our title, our coach name. It's paid 60-minute private coaching with Michael. Here's our thumbnail. This is where we put that. And so this is our scheduling that I was kind of talking about. We decided to set it to use Kajabi, the Kajabi scheduler, which I've already shown you. But if you click on this drop down, you can obviously enter other links, other apps, and of course, Calendly. You could do manual booking, things like that. And for this, the location, if you're already using Zoom, something like that, which I recommend just using the Kajabi stuff now because it's really cool. The built-in live video is really, really cool. You can obviously select a custom location, and that'll be the link to the Zoom room or whatever app you plan on using if you're using FaceTime, something like that. I just use the built-in live video because I'm going to show you here. It's just really simple, really cool. And then, of course, here's the session duration. You can actually change it here. This was preset when I built the coaching program, obviously from scratch. So here again, you can click on Manage Availability, and this will take you back to the settings here where you can just change the availability. Let's just hit back. All right. I love this setting. Automatically upload the Kajabi live recordings to the sessions. So obviously you have to let them know you're recording, but it's really cool because in here in the live video, I'm going to show you in a sec, you can actually just go live and it'll automatically record the session for you. Then it'll just automatically upload that video when it's done processing. Let's scroll back up to the top here. Let's jump into the package outline again real quick. And again, this is just going to show our single session. If you had multiple sessions, it would be they'd be all listed down here. We're going to go over here and click on the eyeball icon so we can see what the actual coaching package looks like. It's very simple. It's very basic. This will fill out, obviously, the more that they book calls. And I have future videos coming up where you can actually easily add on extra calls using like ghost offers, things like that. So you can still get paid, but then you can add on more calls under this person's account under this call. So it'll add up like session 1, session 2, session 3, session 4. But we'll talk about that in a future video about ghost offers. I do cover that actually inside the Unlock Kajabi course. So if you haven't got that course, again, sign up through my link or purchase the course over in my store. So now I want to show you what we see as the coaches on our backend, and then I'll show you what it looks like for the client. So if we come over here to clients, I have a dummy client created, Frank Sinatra. This is my dummy test client that I have pretty much in all my programs. So you'll probably see good old Frank Sinatra in the community. You'll see him over in the courses as well. This is my dummy account where I use him to test everything. So say hi. It's really me poking around in there. So if I just click on Frank Sinatra's name, because I'm under the coaching section right now, it's going to take us into the coaching package. So here we go. Here's where you would add another single session right here. You can just add a Hawk session. And obviously you can't really pay in here. So if you're going to add a Hawk session, I don't like to add the Hawk sessions or the extra sessions before they actually pay me. And so I'll go ahead and send them a link ahead of time for what we call a ghost offer. Again, I talk about that in my Kajabi course, and I'll do a YouTube video on that here soon. But it's basically just an offer that has a price point, but it's not attached to a product. And so I would send them that link and have them pay for the session first, and then I could come in and add the Hawk session here. That way it keeps all their sessions under their account, so I can see all their progress in one shot. Here's our description. If we scroll down, here's our session recordings. So for example, if we did it in another platform, like the other day, I did it in the Zoom with that company, and I ended up just taking the recording videos and uploading them here into this session because I still wanted to keep it under my clients' sessions and notes and things inside of Kajabi, even though we ended up having to use Zoom. But if you go with the group coaching, you shouldn't have that problem. Here's where you can customize the agendas. This is specifically for this person. I kind of just wrote out a few here. So you can add these agenda items before, during, even for the next call if you want. Notes is pretty cool. I love notes in this program. So here we go. Shared notes. So these are notes that we share. So anything I write here, it'll keep a list. I'm going to show you this in his backend as well, but notes we share. So anything that we both collaborate on will be written right here, and we'll both be able to see them right here. And of course, here's my notes that are private, right? So I can leave notes as a coach, like things that this person is interested in, maybe thoughts that I have during the coaching call, of things I want to talk to them about tomorrow. This is where I would put notes. Obviously the customer can't see this. So, and then if we come up here to resources, this is where, like, for example, here I usually give people my 30 Days to Profits ebook if they don't have it. Obviously, I'm trying to give this away to most people. That's why I offer it for free on my website. If you don't have it, go to michaelgomes.com/30days. It's got a lot of great information there to show you step by step the process, the framework for starting a online business and selling your knowledge. Obviously, you can add as many resources here as you want. You can upload resources like audio files, PDFs, books, extra videos, things like that. You can add a link to, so you can link to like a specific like YouTube video or Vimeo video or some sort of other training, even from another person if you want. There's a lot of different options here, and then they can access these resources before or after. Once the call is closed, they can obviously access this even later after that as well. So now on my end, I can actually schedule this session for us, and then it'll notify him of when I've scheduled the session. I usually don't do that. I let them do it on their end. So let's jump over into their end, and I'll show you kind of what that looks like. So this is my customer library right now. This is Frank Sinatra logged in under his library. This is his learning library. Here's all the products I have assigned to him. Here's my Master Kajabi course and community, which again is my membership. And then here's my Unlock Kajabi. We just have Frank Sinatra signed up for pretty much everything in here. This is my free community that's coming soon as well. So you can see the products are all in here. And if we click on the 60-minute strategy, because he wants to go ahead and book his coaching call with me. So now we're Frank Sinatra and we're in here and we're like, okay, we see this is our coaching product. This is what I purchased and I want to schedule now. Maybe even if it's a couple days later, right? So here you can see that I've already added the agendas for him, right? So he's going to see them on his end and then he can check them off on this end as we talk, or I can check them off, whatever. I usually let them do it so they know kind of where we are. He can also add his own items. So if he has things that he wants to cover, let's say he wants to, talk about more coaching. right? So he wants more coaching. So he can add that in there, and it shows, see who added the agenda item here on the left-hand side. So Frank Sinatra added it here. So I'll know that. I'll see that on my end. So if we jump over here real quick and we go back to our details and we scroll down, here's the talk more about coaching. It's right there. Okay, same thing. He's got his notes right here. We click on here. This is what I wrote in here, notes we shared. So he can type something here and he can say, thanks for sharing the notes. Okay. So he puts that there, and then all he has to do later is hit save, and then those notes will be shared between the two of us. And then obviously the yellow highlighted area is for his notes. So he can take notes that we can't see. This is specifically just for the client. And then again, the resources right here. Same thing, same thing. Here's where he can download the ebook. All right, so let's schedule a session. So Frank's ready. He wants to schedule a session. He's ready to go. Here's where it's going to pull up the Kajabi scheduler. So let's just jump in on the 16th, and we'll just grab a time slot of noon. So we're going to confirm this. So this is him scheduling this, okay? Okay, so the event's been updated. Each participant will be notified. We're going to click OK. Okay, so this gives your client the information, right? So you have the date when it's actually scheduled for, where, what location. It's Kajabi Live Video. If you set another location, it would just obviously tell you here, or the link to the Zoom meeting, or if it was in person or whatever would show up here. So, and then they would go up to join session, which would connect them with the session, obviously. So let's jump back over to the back end as coaches here. I'm going to refresh this page. So now you can see there's an icon up here called Start Session. So I'm going to go ahead now. Hey, so let's just pretend it's Monday. It's 12 o'clock. We're going to start our session with Frank Sinatra. Okay, and of course it's going to ask me to verify my camera and my microphone, and there I am. There I am live, right? So I'm on live with Frank Sinatra right now, and you can see so I'm live with Frank Sinatra right now. You can see this interface is pretty familiar. Obviously, you click here to actually join with Frank Sinatra, but here's a few settings that I want to kind of walk you through really quick. You could turn off your camera here. There's some effects. Like if you click on this, you can kind of like soft blur, maybe strong blur your background, right? You can add I'm in the bistro, I'm having some Java, or maybe I'm outside. That's interesting. Here I am in the office, the boardroom. Yeah, so anyway, these little features, I don't really use these. I've used the blur before. This is the soft blur. I kind of like that one. And then, of course, you can set your video quality here. I just leave it on auto just in case. I don't really care if these videos are super high quality, but just in case my network speed starts running slow, I just set it on auto so it can do its thing. All right, let's go back. When you're ready to join, you're just going to click join, and there we are. We're in the room now, right? So this looks pretty familiar, right? It's very similar. Let's see, waiting for others to join. So Frank Sinatra is not there yet. If we come up here to the right, speaker view, we also have grid view, since we don't have anybody on. Here you can show the different people. There is a chat right here that you can use. So you can chat with people, especially if you're having group coaching. Everybody can be doing a chat right here. And if you're helping them with something like I help people with Kajabi and stuff, it's best to share your screen. If you click share right here, I can share a Chrome tab. I can share this specific window, or I can share my entire screen. So there's a lot of different options depending on what you're working on. I can share mine, and then when he's ready to share something, I just cancel it, just like Zoom, right? And then, of course, right here is the record button. So if I hit this record button, it'll start recording the video, like I said. And then when we're done and I click leave, it will go ahead and upload that video directly into his account. So let's click leave. All right, real quick, let me show you how to set this up from scratch. Let's jump in under my Kajabi partner dashboard. I'm under the coaching tab on the left-hand side, and we're going to create a coaching program from scratch. Let's go ahead and just name this Michael's Coaching. So this is me setting it up from scratch. I can put my coach name. Again, my name is Michael. I'm going to put a little bit of a description here. Well, let's actually just do like online. It'd be online business. I can't type today. Business coaching for aspiring. I cannot type. Hiring. Oh man, I'm horrible. Entrepreneurs. Hope I spelled that right. Okay. And then obviously we want to upload a thumbnail. So I'm just going to click on upload image. I've got my 60-minute coaching thumbnail here, which we'll use. We're just going to click save and upload. So this thumbnail represents the actual product, right? So now we're going to click continue. Now we need to choose whether it's a one-on-one coaching or a group coaching. So this is what I was talking about. I would just set them all up under group coaching. That way you can add more people. But just in case you don't want to do that, maybe you don't feel like you need it, let's just set up the one-on-one coaching. So let's do how many sessions. Let's go ahead and set it up for like 6 sessions. Okay. Let's click continue. Here's our scheduling preferences. I always select Kajabi Scheduler, but again, here's where you can add your custom link, Calendly, all those settings we went through. They're all right here. Again, here's where you select where the event actually is. I just use the Kajabi live video because you obviously saw how awesome it is, and I love it so much. It makes my job so much easier, and it keeps all of my notes, all the videos, everything under the Kajabi umbrella inside my client's account, and it's so amazing. It actually is really cool if you think about it, because for every single one of your customers and your clients, obviously Kajabi tracks every single one of their purchases, whether it's a course, a membership. It basically tracks all their activities, and inside the courses, it even keeps track of their progress. So all you have to do is go under a certain person's name or even into your analytics, and it'll give you kind of an overview of how much money you're making, where the money's coming from, who's the most active, who has purchased the most products, how far they are in your courses, how far they are in the coaching programs, things like that. And I love that it also stores all the coaching information, like the recorded videos, all the notes that you guys take together, everything that you're basically discussing, all under their name in your Kajabi backend. It's great. I love that feature. I love that everything is streamlined into one place for me. Okay, so here's where you'd select the session duration. Maybe you're not sure yet. Maybe you're not sure. Obviously, you could just choose one, and I showed you earlier that you could obviously change it on the back end. So let's just go ahead and schedule 60 minutes. We got 6 60-minute ones. And here's where you change the colors, if you really want to. I don't really deal with this right now, but let's say we want the primary color button to be blue, and then we want the background. I'm just kind of picking colors here. Let's go with yellow. There we go. And then let's click continue. Okay, so now pricing. So we have to decide whether it's paid or free. If you offer a free discovery call, you just click on free. There's no more settings. Click save and finish. You can also skip for now if you're not sure, because again, you can change that on the other in the other settings. But we're going to go ahead and go with paid. We have a one-time payment, which is obviously the standard. And there are other options if you want to offer other payment plans or pricing options for your customers. And one thing I want to mention is that the whole reason it's even asking about the pricing here is because Kajabi will automatically create you an offer associated with this program. As long as you start in this section, instead of creating the offer first, you start by creating your program first. It will auto-create the attached offer, and it actually saves you a huge step. All you got to do is answer these questions, and then the offer will be set. So if you want to offer, let's say, a one-time payment like this, let's say we're going to do $297, right? And then you want to offer another package where they can make multiple payments, right? You can choose that option here, multi-pay, right? They can make multiple payments. Maybe it's you've broken down the payment for your coaching call. Maybe they're high-price coaching, right? And you want to split it up into multi-payments for them, and you give them that option at least. You could do that. You can also have a subscription if it's, subscription based. I don't know if I'd necessarily use that for coaching, unless again, they were paying you for monthly coaching, then that would be how you want to set it up if you have an ongoing monthly subscription, right? But let's say we went with this one time for $297. If you want to offer one of those other ones, you can't do that here. You got to go into the offer section or under the product offer section and just create another offer. So you basically need a different offer because those are the price points. So you need a different price point for each one that you want to offer. Does that make sense? Now we're going to come down here and select our payment provider. I always use the Kajabi payments. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. You can obviously set it up with other payment providers. Kajabi matches the other payment providers, so I'm not really worried about it. I'm not spending more just by using Kajabi payments, and I actually love, again, it's all integrated within the same system. I can also offer Apple Pay and Google Pay. Let's go ahead and click save and finish. We'll go with this price point for now. All right, so here's our client dashboard. If we had any clients in here, this is where they would appear. And this interface should look pretty familiar because we've already walked through it earlier in the video. So again, keep this in mind. I just want to reiterate this, that if you have been on the fence and you have been wondering, can I even start an online business? Am I entrepreneur material? Maybe again, you're working a 9 to 5. Maybe you're a stay-at-home parent. Maybe you just don't know what to do for a career. Maybe you don't even have a college degree. You're not even sure, but you do have some skills, passions, or knowledge that you want to sell, whether it's in courses, like a membership or coaching or all of the above, then it's not very hard to get started in this industry. If you're not sure about building courses yet or building out these giant memberships or anything like that, then start with coaching. It's a great way to kind of get your feet wet and to start talking to people and start sharing your knowledge and helping people get results, which you can then use later as testimonials when you launch your first course or you launch your first membership. Coaching is so easy to get into. You literally, again, just tell people that you're coaching and here's what I'm coaching on. Here's the link. Bam, you're into coaching, you're up and running, and you're generating an income in your online business. So if you guys have any further questions about coaching in Kajabi specifically, or even coaching in general, please comment below. I'd like to hear your questions. I try to answer all the questions that come through. I do offer a free strategy or a discovery call, whatever you want to call it, so you can jump on with me and see if coaching is even right for you and what you really, really need help on. And if I can help you on that call and kind of get you unstuck, then I'm happy to do that as well. So we'll see you guys in the next video.